Squarespace has just rolled out this new feature that allows you to set up and share payment links. So you can set up a pay link and send it via email. You could have a QR code for it, or you can even set up a flexible amount pay link for a tip jar. So today I'm going to show you what you need in order to be able to use pay links, where to find them on your website. It's not where I thought they would be, and how to set them up and use them. If we haven't met, I'm Christy Price. I'm a Squarespace expert and educator. If you don't have my Squarespace pre-launch checklist yet, it's a mini course on everything that you need to do before or after you launch your Squarespace website. I'll drop a link below so you can grab it. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, pay links allow you to instantly accept payments anywhere, even if you don't have a product set up in a Squarespace store. So, again, you can share these links via email, social media, QR code that take your customers straight to a dedicated checkout page. It works great for really quick, on the spot payments from customers. And it works best for single item products or services, donations, or tips. So if you need to set up something more formal with contracts, definitely use invoices. If it's something that people are going to come to your website and order, set up an e-commerce shop on your website. But I can think of so many use cases for these pay links. I mentioned tips before. I think that's a great one. If you're selling an item at a farmer's market or a book fair, and you just have one simple thing that you're selling with a quick QR code, people can just check out on the spot. So, lots of ways you can use this. So, let's look at my website, and I'm going to walk you through what you need to have in order to use this, where to find it, and how to set it up. Okay, so one thing to be aware of is that in order to use pay links, you do have to have a certain hosting plan with Squarespace. And the hosting plan that you have dictates how many pay links you can actively be using. Now, if you are on the basic plan of Squarespace, you get 0 pay links. Sorry, womp womp. If you are on the core plan of Squarespace, you're going to get 1 pay link that you can use, 1 active pay link. If you are on the Plus plan, you're going to get 5 pay links. And if you are on the Advanced plan, you get unlimited pay links. So if you're not seeing this option, check the plan of Squarespace that you're on. And if you're on Basic, you may want to upgrade to the core plan to be able to use a pay link. Now, that is not the only requirement for using pay links. The other is the current payment processor that you have connected to your Squarespace website. So if we go into the settings on Squarespace, that little cog icon on the bottom left, and we go into selling, and then we go into payments, you're going to see your payment processors. So I currently have Stripe connected. So Stripe, PayPal, and Squarespace payments all work with pay links. Square does not. So if you are using Stripe, Squarespace payments, or PayPal, you are all set. If you have one of the hosting plans that allow you to create pay links, and then you can create your pay link. So let me show you where you'll do that and what to look for there. Okay, when you are ready to set up your pay link, you're going to come into your website, log in, and I actually thought it would be under products and services selling tools, but it's not there. So if you look there, you're not going to find it, much like I did not find it there. It's actually under invoicing. So if we go to invoicing and then choose pay links, this is where we can create the pay link. Now, there are a few things that I need to walk you through here to be aware of when you create this pay link. You can choose flexible amounts. There are some interesting things when people check out, so you need to be aware of those. We're going to set up a pay link, and then I will walk you through it from a customer point of view so you can see what your customer sees. So let's go ahead and hit create pay link. So you can title your pay link here. I'm just going to call it tip jar, and an amount. Something to be aware of, if I toggle on flexible amount, you'll see in a moment that I'm going to need to come back and adjust this. So if it were not for a tip jar, if it were for a book, you could just put in the amount that you want people to pay for that book and give it a name here. This is going to be the same as your pay link title typically. And then this is for sales tax purposes. Is it a service or a physical item? And then under settings here, if you choose to add applicable sales taxes, you need to look for your product specific tax code. Now, I'm not going to worry about taxes today, but you'll notice if I have flexible amount turned on, now I can set a min and max amount. So if I'm going to say my min amount is $5 and my max amount is $1,000, I do have to come back up here and put in a suggested amount. Now, this is a lot more straightforward if you're not using a flexible amount, but I did want to show you how this works because it is kind of a special use case and it works a little differently. All right, once we are done, we're going to hit save and share. At this point, Squarespace has created a QR code for you, and the suggested amount is $20. We have what it's for, the tip jar. And here you can click to copy that pay link, or you can click to send an email. And that's going to open up your email app and you can send an email to anyone with this link. Now, the QR code I think is particularly awesome because if you are in person with somebody, this is probably what you're going to want to share with them. So my recommendation here is to take a quick screenshot of this segment of your screen that has the QR code and the suggested amount. Have it as a photo on your phone and then show someone so they can scan the QR code and check out from there. Or you could print this out if you wanted on a little stand if you are at a fair selling an item. But I love the idea of a screenshot here to just be able to show easily on your phone and have somebody pay you quickly. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit copy here because I want you to see what this looks like from the customer point of view. And I mentioned there's a little wonkiness with this now. My hope is that it's going to get fixed soon, but I want you to see what your customers will see. So we're going to go ahead and go to that pay link. This is interesting. I assumed that the suggested amount would be what is pre-populated here, but it's actually pre-populating it with the minimum amount. So just know that because I am only finding that out now. All right, so we can go back and change that if we wanted, but for the purposes of this, I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to change this to $10. And when your customer hits checkout, here's what they're going to see. Now, if they are on a Chrome browser like I am, I have Google Pay set up. If they are on an Apple device and you have Apple Pay turned on, they may be able to use that. That's really easy and simple. They can also apply a gift or discount code. I honestly don't know how you set those up for pay links, and I don't know if you can because these are all under those selling tools as part of e-commerce, and I haven't seen them as part of invoicing, nor does any of the Squarespace documentation about pay links mention anything about discount codes. So this may not even apply. The other thing that I want to point out here is that this is a funky missing image icon. And my hope is that Squarespace will either use your fave icon or allow you to add an image for whatever your product is here. But at the moment, it looks a little broken. So just be aware. Now we can go into more payment options, and this is going to take you through that standard Squarespace checkout procedure. So we have payment and discounts here again. So I'm going to reach out to Squarespace about this specifically. If I get any information back, I'm going to drop a comment below and pin it to the top so you can see it. So we'll know if we can set up and use gift or discount codes on these pay links. I will keep you posted. A few other important notes about pay links. You can only edit them if no one has used it yet. If it has already been used to make a purchase, you can only edit the title. That's thing one. Thing two, you can't delete it unless nobody has used it yet. So if somebody has paid via a pay link, the link's transaction history saves in your orders panel and you can't delete it, but you can disable it. So if someone has used it, but you don't want people to use it going forward, you can disable a payment link. So this is handy if you are on one of those plans that only allows you 1 or 5 active links. You can actually have some disabled ones in here and then just change up which one's active depending on the item that you're selling. The other thing to know is you can edit the link only if no one has used it yet. So if somebody has already checked out with it, you can't edit it except for the title. You can always edit the title. Otherwise, you can't edit anything about it. Now, the reason these are tricky, like you can't delete it or edit it, it's going to save to your orders panel, and that link has to exist because of the transaction history. So, some things there to be aware of. So, if you noticed, I changed shirts partway through this. Descript lost about 10 minutes of my recording a couple of days ago when I first started this video, and I got really frustrated and needed some time to come back and create the rest of the video. So, different day, different shirt, and good eye, you. But yeah, pay links I think are a great addition. I can see a lot of use cases for them. I hope that eventually you'll be able to tie these to products in your e-commerce shop on Squarespace. I hope that they fix the little broken image icon that we're seeing. And also, I will keep you posted about if and where you set up discount codes. So, again, when I hear back from Squarespace, I'll drop a pinned comment below with that info. But if you are thinking of setting up a pay link, let me know in the comments. Did you try it out? What were you using it for? Did it work well for you? I would love to hear. And if this video was helpful, please give it a like or drop a comment below letting me know. That helps other people find my videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you all the best with your website.